Hello, today I'm going to be going through this question from the 2018 May Paper 1H. Reading this question, it says root 5 multiplied by root 8 plus root 18 can be written in the form a root 10, where a is an integer. Find the value of a. Now, you can always read the question the second time just to make sure you have taken everything into account, you have understood exactly what the question wants us to find. And also taking a glance at the number of marks, it's a 3-mark question. This is in a non-calculator paper, meaning we're going to have to show all our working out. Okay, going through the question together, we are supposed to change this to this form, or rewrite that whole expansion or expression to the simplest form, which is a multiplied by root 10. And observing the conditions here, a must be an integer. What is an integer? An integer is a positive or negative whole number. So you want to make sure that once you're done finding the value of a must be an integer. All right, so let's get started. This question is an expansion question. I'm going to rewrite our question right here. So we have root 5 multiplied by a root 8 plus a root 18. Okay, so we are going to start with the laws of expansion. Since this is simple expansion, we are going to multiply out our brackets. And to help us do so, we are going to be using the law of multiplication. Now, the law of multiplication says root of a multiplied by root of b is exactly the same thing as square root of a times b. These two forms are interchangeable. I can either go in this direction or go in that direction, depending on what I am trying to achieve in a question. So when you multiply two roots, you can rewrite them as a single root, and you multiply the numbers or the arguments and place both of them, or the product or the result, under a single root. Or we can separate depending on what we are trying to achieve. We are expanding, we are multiplying out, so let's get started on this one. I'm going to have my root 5 multiplying by root 8, and that's going to give me a root 8 multiplied by 5 under the same root sign. We continue plus, I'm going to have again our root 5 multiplying by root 18, so just rewriting them under the same root sign, I'm going to have 18 multiplied by 5. Okay, simplifying this and multiplying, I have 8 times 5 is a 40. I also have here 18 multiplied by 5 to give me root 90. Now, we cannot really add these two because they are not like terms as it is, but we're going to simplify root 40 as well as root 90 to their simplest forms, but in terms of root 10. We have to remember the format of the final solution. Our answer must have a root 10. Our root must be root 10. So thinking about it carefully there, the number 40 can be split into two factors, which is 4 multiplied by 10. Those are not the only factors, but I am going for this pair of factors, so I ensure I have 10 as one of the factors. I do the same thing with my square root of 90. I'm going to rewrite this as 9 multiplied by 10. Then using, again, the law of multiplication of surds, I can separate into root 4 multiplied by root 10 separately. Separate this into a square root of 9 multiplied by root 10 separately. Then we simplify. So simplifying this together, we have the square root of 4 is a whole number 2 multiplied by root 10 is just a root 10. Plus the square root of 9 is a whole number 3 multiplied by root 10, which we're going to keep as root 10. Now, when you have two or more terms, and their surd parts are the same, in this case, I'm referring to the number under the roots is the same. We say those surds are like terms or they are like surds. So we can add them together. And to do so, we simply use the numbers on the outside. So I have 2 root 10s plus another 3 root 10s. That's going to give me a whole 5 root 10. Okay, so you can watch my video on simplifying surds, where I go in depth on how to simplify surds. But for this question here, rounding up, we have 2 plus 3 is a whole number 5 multiplied by root 10. Now looking again at the solution, let's write our solution right here. I want to make sure my answer is the product of A, where A is an integer, and a root 10. And that's exactly what I have achieved. So it's easy for us to identify that the value of A, in this case, is the 5. So in the answer space, I'm going to place 5 as my solution. We have achieved our objective. Do watch out for more videos where we go through exam practice on surds.